Do you all set goals for yourselves? Do you set short-term goals such as having your room cleaned by tomorrow, or long-term goals such as losing some weight in a few months? One of my long-term goals is graduating from Iowa State University and becoming a high school teacher. It's important today to graduate not only from high school but also college so you can have a good job so you can support yourself and a family. In USA Today by Mary Beth McLean, 33% of nation's 25 to 29-year-olds have a college degree, and these numbers just keep rising. Today, we're going to talk about being a teacher and what I want to do after college, why I want to be a teacher, the types of duties, the personality, a typical day, and the positive and negatives. Let's begin. Currently, I'm a student at Iowa State University. My major is English education, so hopefully I can become a high school English teacher. I have been interested in being a teacher ever since I can remember. I played school with my siblings and neighbor kids. I did a lot of observing in elementary schools and junior highs, and right now I'm volunteering at a summer school, so I know education is right where I need to be. There is so much more to being a teacher. Next, we're going to talk about the types of duties and personalities that a teacher needs to have. In prospectsac.uk, posted in 2014 by the AGCAS editors, a teacher has a lot of duties to do every day. These things include having lesson plans, keeping track of their students' progress, being able to teach different styles for different learning, and they need to attend a lot of different meetings with faculty members and so much more. Along with a typical day, a teacher also has to have a personality. In Hub Pages posted in 2012, it talks about the 7 characteristics of a teacher. A teacher needs to be friendly, they need to have a good personality, they need to be knowledgeable on what they're teaching, they need to be a good communicator, a good listener, they need to have humor, and they need to be kind. Finally, the last thing we're going to talk about for a teacher is a typical day and the positive and negatives. In the new workday, every new workday there is different challenges. Along with that, every new day has a new schedule. I've done a lot of observing in different education settings, and I also found an article online in the New York Times Daily, posted in 2006 by Stacy Valdez. She talks a lot about a typical day of a teacher. She talks about how she starts her day with writing the agenda on the board, how when her students come in, she takes volunteers to read. She has to deal with phone calls all day long with different faculty and parents. She has to do a lot of listening with her students. She goes to lunch and gets to talk to other teachers. And at the final bell of the day is not just when her workday is over, she does a lot of work after school to get ready for the next day. After all my observations, I have found that this is very typical and relatable to most teachers. The last thing we're going to talk about is the positive and negatives to being a teacher. I had the chance to interview my boss at work. She used to be a special ed teacher. We talked about the negatives first. She said that she had to do a lot of work outside of school and not just during the typical day. Another thing about teaching that wasn't that great was she had to spend a lot of her own money to personalize her classroom. Along with the negatives, there were a lot of positives. Sharon talks about how you get the summer months off, which is a good part of being a teacher. And then she also said, it is an incredible feeling being able to impact a child's life and help them become one step closer to their goals. Relating to this quote, I found in the Science Engineering Indicators posted in 2008 that when teachers were asked, 90% of them had a positive reaction with their job, and this all had to do with how the feeling they got when they helped a kid. In conclusion, today I helped you guys understand a little bit more about being a teacher. We talked about what I want to do after college, why I'm interested in it, the duties, a personality of a teacher, a typical day, and the positive and negatives. It's important to have goals in life so you can work towards something big and become the best version of yourself that you can possibly be.